Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again with another cool update to this wall panel emergency fence thing. And that way you have, well, we have 1600 watts of panels here. These are 400 watt REC panels. They're gorgeous panels, nice and black. They blend in very good with the background. As you see, they don't stand out and say, hey, I'm a solar panel. It almost looks like a fence itself. So this video is for an update for these little legs here, okay? If you guys remember, I put these little legs, little horseshoe kind of legs. They're for like hoses and whatnot, and ropes and cables and cords and stuff. And that's from Harbor Freight. Now, the neat thing is I went back to Harbor Freight this year and I found these little guys. Look at these guys. Okay, so that's more of a right angle, if you will. And it's got the little protective lip here so they won't fall off there. But now, because of that shape as opposed to that, they stick out a little bit further, which is nice because now I can lean them a little bit, maybe 5 or 10 degrees, kind of like that angle. And that way it'll pick up the sun. As you can see, the sun is shining good. It'll pick the sun up a little bit nicer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount those bad boys right here and replace those. As you can see, they stick out a lot farther than the other ones. So as you can see that, and that way you can have either you're straight up and down against the fence if you need to for an emergency, or you can put it out about, I think that's about, oh, I want to say about 8 or 9, maybe 10 inches out. I don't know if it says on there. Nope, it doesn't say it. I think they're about, well, hold on, let's measure them. Okay, so we're out here in the nice cool winter here of February, which is getting kind of chilly. However, the sun is good. So let's see, we have, yep, see about 10 inches. That's what I thought. So the arm part is about 10 inches, and then this part is about, let's see, about the same. So about 11 inches, maybe 10 or 11 inches. But they have this nice thing here where, you know, it lets people know, hey, danger, don't go near there, you know, kind of warning thing. Kind of like these did, the little ports that stick out here, little covers. And it kind of lets you know, hey, you know, back away from this, you know. We only run these in 40 volts about, so they're not very high volts at all. But you know, anytime you can have that emergency kind of protective thing for whatever, I think it's good. But let me put one on the wall and we'll see how it looks, guys. All right, give me a minute. Okay, guys, there you go. There's one installed. It's nice and tight in there in the fence. There's only 2 points of contact here now, as opposed to the other ones, which are 4 points. Now, if you go over here, I took one off so you can see, my body's in the way here. There you go. So you can see the kind of difference as far as the shape. And this one, when you put it, here, I'll put it straight against that rock edge here, and this one against the rock edge, and you can see the big difference as far as this is more of a scoop shape here, where this is more of a right angle, and that way you can have them flush up against the fence like that, or later on in the year you could put them more of on an angle. That would help because every little bit of energy that you get is always positive for solar. Okay guys, I'll be back again after I put some more up. Okay guys, back for another update here. So as you can see, I got one panel in there, and it's as you can see, maybe it's about, I don't know, 5 or 10 degrees or something like that. I'm not really good with the degrees of without measuring it. It looks like about 5 to 10, somewhere in there. And what that does is it gives it a better angle here. So as you can see, it's a little bit further away from the fence there, which gives it a little bit better. But I didn't think of this, and this is something I overlooked, is these little bad boys here. Okay, so as you notice, they cover, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 3 cells of this, and I don't think that would affect it at all. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down here with a little grinder, and then I'm going to put this cap right there, and we're going to see how well that works, because you don't want to cover any of the cells, guys. Even at a small amount like that, you know, every watt is a good watt, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna sand one of those down here with a grinder, and then I'm gonna put the cap back on there, and then we're gonna see how that goes, because I believe these caps just pop right off. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna grind that down to where it's still round, and then we'll lose maybe I don't know, 1.5 cells. But with a 400 watt panel, guys, I don't think one little cell is going to hurt it much, so we'll try it. As you can see on those, it didn't really block the sun here because they stuck out like that. But I'd rather have the panel on an angle to where I would lose that one cell, but on an angle would gain a lot more power from the sun. So all right, let me grind one down and see how it looks. Okay guys, watch your ears if you have headphones. This little guy makes a lot of noise here. I don't know how loud it's going to be on camera. Okay, so as you can see, boy, that's hot. Okay, so as you can see, we took off the little happy smiley face here, and it's obviously much lower than the other one, so that'll keep the sun rays off of that. We're gonna do the other one real quick. There you go, okay. And now you have the other one. So they're a little bit different in size. Oh, that one's a little crooked. Let me go fix that here. There you go. So as you can see, we took just a tad bit more off of the left side than the right side. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to nip that up in the bud here and take another probably ½ an inch off that side. So give me one more second. Hopefully this will work out. Just got to measure them up here. I suppose I should have, you know, measured before I cut, but that's okay. Here we go. That's one. And that's two. So there you go, guys. The little ring is over here somewhere. There we go. These little bad boys get pretty warm, guys. So, you know, safety gloves, safety gloves and goggles probably a must here, guys. But now they're the same height. So there you go. I had to update this one here. See, now they're about the same height. So now we have them nice and low. I'm gonna put the panel up there, and then we're gonna see what you know, how it works. If it is a good idea or a bad idea. Let's see. Okay, guys, I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty dang good fit. So now as you can see, the tired. Okay, so as you can see now, with that little edge here, we're going to lose about one, possibly, well, maybe a ½ a cell in there. It's not much at all. I don't think that'll hurt. So you figure that half and that half would be one of these cells that we're going to lose. Now, obviously, this is full of cells, so we should be good. But there you go. That's a finished product here. And as you can see from this angle, we have flat against the wall, which we can still do with those. As you can see back there, you could push that up against the fence line and have it directly, which that's usually not the best way for solar. It's always, you know, somewhat up in the sun. But I have a feeling that's going to bring in some pretty good power. All right, let's go see what kind of power it's bringing. Okay, as you see on the old system over here, we're up to 551 here. This could normally go a lot higher, but the sun is not in the best today. It's like half cloudy, which is why we're getting half power. But I think we were getting 1,070, I think, the highest on this system off those 4 RECs. This is 2 of them, and this is 2 of them. Let's see, the ones I affected was, let's see, this is the near one. Okay, so this is the one that I adapted here. So let me turn on some light here. Okay, we're gonna pull these out, and we're gonna pull these out. Okay, so these are the ones that I adapted. So I'm gonna put this on this hand, and I'm gonna grab this string, and I'm gonna put it here. Now I don't know if this is a fair test because I don't know exactly where the sun is. I just kind of had some extra energy, so I thought I'd go out and try this. We're gonna see what one string brings in. Now this is the string, I believe, if this is correct, I'm pretty sure it's correct. That's the far one. So that's the one that's far away from the ones that are straight up and down vertical. And you can see we're bringing in 233. It looks like it's going to stop at. Okay, so let's pop that on. Now we have a base reference of numbers here, and now we're going to put this one in the same port, so everything's fair. And these are the ones where I changed just one of the panels to have a little bit more of that angle there towards the sun. Let's see, it's got to be 233 here. Well, it shot up pretty good here. Oh, see, 236, 238. So look at that, guys, 242. So 245, 248. Oh, it's working. So remember, the other one was 233, and we were able to get approximately 12, 13, 14 watts more because of that small angle that I did. Now I bet you if I do the other one, that 5 or 10 degree angle. Look at 249, guys. So I think it's worth it. I think every little bit of energy that you can get in extra will help you in the long run. I really believe. Look at here, 255. So we're getting to 259, 262. So it obviously definitely helped. Now let's put them both in there, because I don't want to lose any power here, even though I'm at 94% already, guys. Once this gets full, I use that power. Look at 269 it was, 280. And now obviously this one's going to kick in, but together that'll shoot up. So I'm going to go do one more, and then we're going to see how that works out. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, obviously it's a lot easier to cut them on the fence, but the nice thing about cutting them off the fence is you can measure them so they're very, very close. So, as you can see, these are the 2 bad boys that I chopped off the next 2, and they're very, very close. So that way you have a better chance of lining those up good. And then you can just put these caps back on. Even though this is kind of like a weird frowny happy face here, these adapt. They're plastic, so you just pop them right back on there like that, and you mush them down until they fit. Sometimes you gotta mess with them a little bit here. There you go. So you got a kind of a weird fitting, a little oval thing, but it works. You know, it's there to protect the you know, anything from bumping there. Let someone know, hey, there's something here. Don't walk into that. All right, let's put this one on. I think this was a pretty good idea, guys. If you can get an extra 20 or 30 watts out of these bad boys, I'm all for that. Absolutely. All right, maybe even more, who knows. There you go. So now you have 2, and they're even lower than the other ones. So I think that's a better setup. Oop, I don't know if you can see those. There you go. So they're even lower than the other ones, and that's enough lift to definitely hold the panel on. The panel's about 40 pounds. 2 of these together, I think they're rated at, and it's something crazy. You know, they rate them at like 200 pounds. And oh, here, I'm sorry, 75 pounds. So don't exceed 75 pounds. And that's obviously for 1. So if 2 of these are together, that's obviously 150 pounds. The panel's 40, so we're well and clear, even for Harbor Freight standards, to stay within that safety region there. I don't know how much I paid for these guys. They come in a set of 2. And I have, like I said, I have no idea what I paid for them. I picked them up last year, and I didn't quite get to them yet as far as an idea, but I just wanted to make this video so you guys can maybe get yourself out of a bad situation or emergency if you ever had to with this, I think, pretty cool idea. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, there you go. I got 2 of them up here, 2 of these bad boys up there. Okay, so the only difference I noticed is obviously the angle now is nicer, a little bit more, even if you get that extra couple of watts. But notice that these here are a little bit uneven because of obviously the either the height or the size of the fence. So you can put these together real quick with a little clip or something in the back, and that'll hold them together nicely, so you have a nice clean look, so you don't have that off-center look. All right, we're gonna run in the house and we're gonna see what the power is in the shop. All right, okay, we are back to the Pecron system here, and we're gonna figure out this is the ones that I did, and these are the ones that I did not yet. So we're gonna see what kind of power. We're gonna put that over here, and we're gonna try the other port just to see if there's any difference. I don't think there'll be, but just in case, you know, just in case. Let me get all these wires out of here. Spaghetti wires, guys. Okay, so as you can see on one here, now this is away from the 2 that are straight up and down that are vertical. So you're getting about 256. Let's give it a fair shot here. Hopefully I can get it when the sun is either at its peak or at least fair. Okay, so we're about 275 here, still going up. Now remember, oh, 280 almost. Now remember, these are the far ones that are vertical. Okay, so 276. So the highest it reaches 279. Okay, so now we're going to unplug these, and we're going to plug these in here. Now these are under 48 volts, so safer. Okay, we're going to see what this one does. All right, here we got 262, right? 270, 272, 269. I can't remember what was the numbers that we just had. Boy, my mind went blank here. 270. I think we have 280. Okay, so here 295. Look at that, guys. Look at that, 300, 299. So obviously this peaked out a little bit higher, right? That's wonderful. That's exactly what you need and what you want from any kind of an update or a mod here. It's dropping again, but notice that peaked out at almost 300. Here it's going up again here, and this one peaked out. I thought it was 280. Here, 301, and I'll swap it again so we can see in real time. That way there's no unfair advantages here. 306 here, 308. So obviously that small amount of angle there really helps, obviously, when you aim it correctly. So I think we had 308 on this one. So now I'm going to swap back here, and we'll go the other way. Okay, these are the ones that we changed here, over here. Okay, we're going to see, just to make sure it's a fair fair assessment here. Remember, that topped out at 308, guys. 308. That's a good amount of power there. I mean, like I said, it's not 100% sunny today. I'm just kind of, here, look at that, 238. So I'm doing this on the whim here, guys. You know, it's just an idea that I walked past it and I was like, you know what, I was going to make that video and I was going to update those darn things. And you know what, my God, I'm going to do it. So here you go, 233, 235. And remember, these are the ones that are straight up and down, and these are the ones that we changed a little bit here, 240. We'll see what that spikes to here and give it a, we're trying to give it a fair challenge. I should just put meters on both of them, be a lot easier. But the meters on the other side of the office here. And I don't feel like getting them. So lazy butt, that's what I call it. I have a case of the lazy butt today. Here, 250-ish, and then we're going to pop back to this one and see if that's any difference. And you know, I suppose it would be good to have the meters on there. I guess that would help a lot. But this is kind of a meter in itself. But here, notice that went over 250 already, guys. 260. So no matter what, we're definitely getting more power because of that little idea. And being that the panels are a little bit more of an angle now, it's harder for them to fall off. If you remember, I put those little bungee things on the top just to hold them temporary. Remember, this is a temporary install. It's nothing permanent. But when a panel is like this, it's much easier to fall over, right? But when a panel is leaning back, right, it's harder for it because it has to go all the way over, right? So I think that'll be safer just to keep them up there, you know, from the wind and everything. As far as we're still put the little bungees there when we test all this stuff, but I think it worked out pretty good. It looks like the sun's going down here because even them together is not really peaking 500. But all right, I'm gonna keep going, and when I finish the whole thing, I'll show you. All right, guys. All right, guys. Well, there you go. That's the finished product right there. That's 1600 watts of panels temporarily installed on the fence there to keep everything for, you know, for an emergency. You never know. Let me fix this little wire here. We got one hanging down here. Let's put that up in there, and now that's a pretty clean look, I'd say. You know, the neat thing is, 4 of those panels together makes like one long panel, don't it? I have room for one more there, and I have room for one more there, maybe. Wowie zowie, that would be 2400 watts of power in a case of emergency. That's a hell of a backup plan, guys. All right, well, I hope you like this update. I'm out of breath here. I'm working outside. It's cold, and we went from these bad boys to those. And now the neat thing is, I can put stuff and use these for what their intended purpose was, which was cables, hoses, and cords and things like that. But there you go, finished product, guys. Thumbs up. All right, I'll see you guys again. Travel safe, and we'll see you here again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.